CryptoSLO here. Got some news. I sold all my crypto and I'm getting out of the game. It's just too stressful. Psych! April Fools! Come on! I'd never sell all my crypto. Are you crazy? Jeez! Happy Monday and April Fool's Day. Hopefully we don't have any exit scams today on April Fools. So, a lot to talk about. Oh, I'll tell you what, this has been the craziest week ever. We'll start right off the bat with Tron Crush. I know I did a video on the launch fail. I never got my divs. I'll never see my divs. The divs have dropped to nothing. But once again, this Tron Crush is a classic example. Number one, you can tell by what was going on that these guys are just some guys that, you know, they're struggling. They're struggling to put this site together for the volume. The whales never came in, and the price of the coin crashed. And come to find out, there is, well, speculation that there was a hack in the coin. So someone was minting TCC coins, and I would assume they were dumping them to the exchange, and that just crashed out the price. Hold on a second. And so anyways, they ended up minting another coin, you know, which brings me to the topic. Any platform, the coin is going to go to an exchange. I mean, Kiwi relisted the new coin shortly, but then I assume Tron Crush got a hold of Kiwi and threatened them somehow, blacklisting or something. And they suspended trading again because you were able to buy the coin for like 1 TRX or something like that. So these platforms have to realize you are not going to block that coin from an exchange. But, you know, as I've talked in my other vlogs, it's all about patterns. And these dApps continue to flip over, and new patterns are evolving every 2 or 3 weeks. And that's why you have to stay up to date on everything, so that, you know, you catch these patterns when they're most beneficial to you. But, you know, these gaming platforms, the bottom line is, you know, everyone wants to trade the platform coin. They don't care about the divs, because the divs are 20 million one day, and then they're, you know, 20,000 the next. So they dry up so fast, and everyone's kind of gotten hip that when a new platform launches, people hit it, and then they sell the coin right before the payout. And then the coin crashes, and then it never recovers. So what happened with TCC is the coin went below mining cost, and then I would assume those illegitimate coins started flowing into the exchange, and then the price started to crash, and then it caused a momentum, and then everybody was selling because, you know, they lost faith in the platform. So I did see in the Telegram from one of the Topia admins that when Topia launches, they are talking about having a tiered freezing system, which I think this is pretty awesome. So I wouldn't mind seeing TronBet implement something like this, but I mean, quite honestly, TronBet's been relatively steady for what it is. You know, the price of the coin fluctuates, you know, a decent amount, but it hasn't crashed for the ROI that it's giving you. So you know, that is the community believing in the platform. Which also brings me to the fact that supposedly poker was supposed to launch either today or tomorrow, but we'll see. We'll see what kind of frenzy this brings to the platform, what it does for the price of Ante. But yeah, Tron Crush, what a disaster. Now, Tron Raider, I know, was supposed to release the divs. I did not check them this morning, so I'll post an update on the community tab here a little later and give a follow-up on what happened with Ruby. I personally sold my Rubies pre-div. I got like 60, 62 out of them, so I was happy. They went a little higher, but I did want to risk the arbitrage with after the payout. I know they're supposed to be coming out with Dice Bash, which is some kind of dice game, and the monster smashes based on the dice, but you know, I don't know. Endless Game on iOS-T, that's going pretty well. The auto roll stopping is driving me bananas, and it really makes it hard to, you know, keep that auto roll going. That's just driving me nuts. I don't know if it's a problem with iWallet or if it's a problem with the platform, but every time you switch, if you switch windows at all, it like logs you out of the wallet or freezes you out of the wallet. I don't know exactly what it's doing, but it basically stops the auto roll, and then it goes into a circle. You know, also other good news, iOS-T is kind of holding that penny range, which is great. As I reviewed in my blockhead, there was one new game, I think. I tried that room game. That room game, oh, it'll wreck you. You get in a battle with someone and you bid a room up to, you know, 5,000 iOS-T. So I didn't understand the concept of that bid war, but what happens is you get locked in with somebody else and you just keep going back and forth, and the room price goes through the roof. It's crazy. You got to watch it though, because you got to be willing to see it to the end or you'll get wrecked. The Snakes game was kind of cool too. I haven't really got to play it a lot or figure out how you win, but you use the mouse and you move it around. So iOS-T is coming along. It's nice to see more dApps being added to that. Plus you have the concept that the supply on iOS-T is much less. But comparing Tron to iOS-T, it's early for iOS-T. They're definitely headed in the right direction based on comparative, but you know, they still got a little ways to go, and it seems like devs are getting up to speed. But the big selling point of iOS-T is the fact that it's supposed to go up to 100,000 transactions per second. So I haven't got to really get in something where I think I can test that, but I mean, Tron is so fast, it's 1 or 2 seconds and it's confirmed, so I don't know how much difference it is, more so than the throughput. The biggest problem on Tron has always been balances updating, you know, stuff like that in the wallet that drives you nuts when it doesn't pop up. So, onto the Tron dApp space. Tron dApps, not a lot over this last week. ROI craziness. So these ROIs, 500% ROI, 200% ROI, 1 hour ROI. Stupid key games. I personally am staying out of all of those. It's just a good way to get wrecked. I don't see much value in them, and I give them, you know, maybe 2 or 3 weeks, and most of them will all be dead. So, except for the larger ones. And on to the larger ones. Tron Bank and Bankroll. So, Bankroll, you know, it's humming along. The dev was supposedly going to release Luck today. I haven't checked this morning, so hoping for that Luck launch. I know Tron Bank had gotten a huge bump up where it jumped, Now, what do I think is happening with Tron Bank? I think the whales have moved in to clean out the pot. So that's my theory. I mean, why would it go up 70 million in the last couple days? I can only think the whales are coming in to clean out the honeypot. So have to keep an eye on that to see if it starts its reversal and starts to go back down. But bankroll, definitely huge things planned to try to support that daily ROI, bank luck, and some other interesting tidbits as it unveils. But what you have to think of bankroll as more of a brand, and establishing these payment systems and income streams. So as always, do your own research. I was in the OTC group, and there was this guy, and the guy was just trolling. It drives me nuts. Like, the guy, oh my gosh, because I always put my OTC group up, but this guy is just, he's one of those guys that calls every coin a scam, every game a scam. And it's like, the reality is he probably got burned, lost some TRX, and now he needs to pull his panties up and move on. Everyone has a bad something, a bad investment, a bad coin, a shit coin, and you get burnt, but you know what you do? You write it off your taxes and you move on. Crypto's here to stay. There are projects that go into the dumpster, and there are projects that are going to be great. So, if you get burned, it's not that you got burned, it's what did you learn? If you learned something, i.e. you played a 1 hour ROI game and you lost 1,000 Tron. Okay, what'd you learn? 1 hour ROI isn't sustainable. Pull up your drawers, forget about that 1,000 TRX, write it off on your brain, move on to the next one, and be smarter, Now, that doesn't mean that you can't respectfully disagree with someone if you think something is not viable. If you have valid arguments, bring those, bring respectful discussion. Respectful disagreement is completely, that's great. That's great. That makes the group smarter, But if you're like, scam, 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 it brings zero value to the group. Now, if you can bring, okay, this one did this and this and this, that's respectful disagreement. So understand the difference between trolling and respectfully disagreeing. You're going to bring a lot more to your groups and your discussions if you bring valid points, because the reality is all these people in here, they're all trying to make money. They're all, they all want those divs. And, someone just going around and around in circles about scams and schemes, is not going to help. Oh, on a side note, I want to give a shout out to Lou Howe. He has a YouTube channel. He's in our Divvy Hunters group. I'll post a link to his channel, but this guy's always on streaming and stuff, chasing those divs. So give his channel a check out. Like I said, I'll leave him pinned at the top, so you can give him. But he's into TRX, and he's going to have a different spin on things, and it's always fun to do that. So other than that, that is about my thoughts for this happy Monday day. So it's CryptoSLO. If you're not talking games, then we're not talking.